If the exposure of Debbie's major secret wasn't already overwhelming, she now faces trouble from a fellow prisoner. She has previously encountered Lou inside, and when she mistakenly calls her Abby next week, Debbie is compelled to explain her diagnosis of early-onset dementia. It soon becomes apparent that another inmate, Paula, recognizes Debbie, and Lou swiftly warns her that Paula is someone best avoided. However, once Lou walks away, Paula confronts Debbie, reminding her that she was once banned from her hotel, making it obvious that their past conflict is far from resolved. The next day, events take an emotional twist when Paula bursts into Debbie's cell in tears, saying her boyfriend has ended their relationship while she is in prison for aggravated burglary. Debbie tries to console her, but it remains uncertain how Paula will respond. Later in the week, Debbie is stunned to learn that Carl intends to visit her despite having harshly rejected her after discovering she was his biological mother. During their tense meeting in the visitors' area, Debbie promises to make amends once she has completed her sentence. But what exactly is Carl planning for their future? Next week on Coronation Street, a flash forward uncovers a shocking death. Carl confesses the truth to Ronnie, and Sam schemes to expose Megan and Will. The week begins with a special episode that jumps ahead to April, where distressed Betsy is being questioned by police after stumbling upon a lifeless body. Producer Kate Brooks explained that the story starts in the present before rapidly shifting into the future, gradually revealing that these events are yet to unfold. She added that while a body is discovered, everyone else appears to be completely unaware, enjoying themselves elsewhere. The episode will also narrow down the possible victims to 5 individuals, though the identity of the deceased will remain a mystery, especially since all 5 have stirred significant tension on the street. Kate hinted that the gripping storyline will keep viewers guessing until the very end, cautioning that nothing is quite as it seems. As the drama continues, Carl sets his dangerous plan to ignite a fire at the Chariot Square Hotel into motion. With Debbie behind bars, Ryan has been placed in charge of the hotel, much to Carl's outrage. Realizing Carl had already been exploiting Debbie, Ryan wastes no time in dismissing him after he refuses to carry out a simple task. Later, Carl is seen reviewing the hotel's insurance paperwork, now in his possession, making his destructive intentions increasingly clear. On Tuesday, Carl enlists the help of a friend named Jez, explaining his scheme in detail. Jez then arrives at the hotel pretending to be a handyman seeking employment and introduces himself to Ronnie at the bar. While Ronnie is momentarily occupied, Jez discreetly snaps pictures of the emergency exits and the positions of the security cameras before quickly slipping away. Later, Carl carefully reviews the finer points of the scheme with Jez, but Ronnie notices their interaction and becomes increasingly uneasy. After Carl departs, Ronnie confronts Jez, secretly takes a photo of him, and cautions him that Carl is not to be trusted. Ronnie then challenges Carl face-to-face, insisting that whatever he is planning must come to an end as he is firmly standing by Debbie. However, Carl fires back, declaring that Debbie will always choose him first before shocking Ronnie by revealing that she is actually his mother. The next day, Ronnie and Kev travel to Highfield Prison to see Debbie, where Ronnie immediately questions her about Carl's explosive claim. Heartbroken, Debbie confirms the truth, admitting that Carl is indeed her son. Ronnie's reaction appears far from calm as later in the week, a bruised and battered Carl tells Kit that he intends to report Ronnie for attacking him. Meanwhile, Sam becomes even more determined to expose Megan's troubling involvement with Will, devising a plan to uncover what is really happening inside the salon flat. With his stepmother away, Sam tells Daniel he wants to use the flat as a quiet place to study. At the same time, Megan informs Will that she will have the flat entirely to herself for a few nights. Will then lies to Ben, claiming he has been invited to stay at a friend's house, though Ben initially refuses to let him go. Later, Daniel visits the Rovers to reluctantly apologize for wrongly having Will arrested after accusing him of being his attacker. Ben is impressed by Will's mature response and eventually changes his mind, allowing him to leave after all. Sam secretly observes as Will approaches the flat carrying a bag and is buzzed inside by Megan, strengthening his suspicions. The following day, Sam sneaks into the salon flat, catching Megan off guard. Once she leaves, He clears space on a shelf and discreetly begins setting his plan in motion. When Megan later tells Will that Sam entered the flat and suggests they try to win him over, Will decides to handle the situation himself. Shifting his approach, Will dismisses Nick's concerns about Sam before later offering him vodka and suggesting they spend time together to put their rivalry behind them. Sam agrees, hoping to use the opportunity to his own advantage. At the precinct, as they drink, Will insists there is nothing inappropriate happening between himself and Megan. Sam remains skeptical, but their conversation is abruptly interrupted by Daniel's arrival. Will quickly flees, leaving Sam alone with the vodka to face Daniel. Later, Sam finally checks an app linked to the hidden camera he installed in the salon flat. Watching the footage and seeing Will and Megan enter together, he believes he may finally have the evidence he needs. Unfortunately, Sam did not anticipate his father confiscating his phone. And when he eventually gets it back the next day, he is frustrated to find the battery completely drained. Meanwhile, Eva invites Toya, Leanne, and Megan out for a girls' night at the bistro. Over drinks, Leanne jokingly suggests that Megan and Daniel have been using the salon flat as a secret romantic hideaway, unaware of the real events unfolding there. Megan gets a real buzz from believing she's keeping everything hidden right under people's noses. Beth Nixon explains that sense of secrecy is a huge motivation for her. It isn't about attraction or intelligence. It's the excitement of knowing she's risking exposure. She thrives on the idea that she's one step ahead of everyone else. As Megan heads towards the bar, she seizes the moment to confront Sam. Speaking quietly, she warns him that if he dares to share his suspicions, nobody will believe him. Corrie suggesting that he isn't as smart as he thinks. Beth adds she completely misjudges him. Although everyone praises Sam's intelligence, Megan assumes she's superior. She dismisses him as just a child and believes she's in full control. Her behavior toward him is especially harsh because she sees him as vulnerable and she manipulates him through his school performance. For now, she's staying calm and calculated. Later on, with his phone finally charged, Sam reviews the secret footage he recorded, desperately hoping it will provide the proof he's been searching for. Meanwhile, at number 8, despite repeated warnings from Shona and Abby about getting close to Carl, Jod continues her risky affair with the street's notorious charmer. When David unexpectedly returns home and finds Carl and Jod half-dressed in the living room, he is horrified and immediately throws Carl out. Rather than feeling embarrassed by being caught, Jod is secretly delighted to have gained David's attention as her plan to drive a wedge between him and Shona appears to be taking shape. Elsewhere, David's daughter, Lily, lands herself a job after he convinces Brian to give her a newspaper delivery round at the cabin. At first, Lily is thrilled until David points out that it also means he'll be able to enjoy a peaceful start to his mornings. Coronation Street airs on weeknights at 8:30 m on ITV1 and is also available to stream on ITVX.